Hey everyone. Okay, so no, this video isn't my birth story, and it is totally my fault. It was poor planning. I was away this weekend and I just couldn't get it together. So it was poor planning, so I totally take responsibility. And I figured rather than posting no video, I would post a video on some funny events that happened to me today. So that is where this video is going. I'd like to say, whether you are married and your marriage is good, whether you're married and your marriage is like hanging on by a thread, whether you are engaged or you're with someone you're thinking about getting married, or you just want to like learn more about marriage. My husband and I went away this weekend to Family Life Weekend to Remember, and it was really good, and I'll post a link down below. So we were gone, and Winnie was at her grandparents', and we got back late last night, and I was exhausted. I didn't think that I was even going to do a video today, but then today I was like, I gotta share this. This was hilarious. Well, I think it was hilarious. So anyways, so on Mondays and Fridays, Winnie goes to preschool. We always have at least one car seat in the car. Like, a lot of times we have two, because I'll have one of her friends with us, and rather than like taking two cars to transport two children to the same place, we'll all just ride together, and I just have another car seat, so we'll have both. Well, I get to the school today to pick her up, and I'm excited, of course, because I hadn't seen her all weekend, but I get out of the car and I turn and I look in the back seat and there's no car seat. And my husband and I share one car, so there's no way for him to drive out to me to give me the car seat, because I have the car that we use. And I'm like looking in the back seat and I'm like, I don't have a car seat. And I'm like, okay, what should I do? I call my friend who lives down the street, and her husband share one car. And so I called her and I was like, hey, and the reception service was bad, so I dropped the call twice, and so finally when I got her, I'm like, are you home? She's like, yeah, I'm home. Like, is your husband home? She's like, yeah, he's home. Like, I'm like, this is really embarrassing, but can you come get us? I left the car seats at home. I didn't even think, like, we had taken the car seats out because we left for the weekend. My mother-in-law had the car seat anyways. So she said, yeah, of course. While we're waiting, I'm letting Winnie play around in the car, and we're just talking. I'm like, Mommy's so silly. She forgot to check to make sure the car seat was in the car before she left, and didn't even think about it. And we're just talking and chit-chatting about what she did in school. As much as you can chit-chat with her. She was more interested in playing with the car. So when my friend shows up, I get out of the car and I go up and I hug her, and I'm like, thank you so much for helping us. What is this? Yeah. And I turn around and I go to open the door, and the doors are locked. So Winnie is in the front seat of the car. I look, the keys are in the back seat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. So I go around, and in like my amazing mothering, ness, I'm like, okay, look down, and I'm trying to like direct her. Luckily at this point she can kind of follow directions. She's 2.5. And I'm like, do you know what the letter L looks like? Let's find the letter L. And and finally I get her, and she's pressing down. Well, it's locking the door, duh. And we're like, oh wait, no, it's the letter U. We need the letter U. Well, then she thinks that like we're playing a game, so she's looking up and she's laughing, and she's just so she starts pressing all these buttons, and you hear and I start busting up, and it's cold outside, so there's no like danger of heat, anything, and I knew that it would be fine. We were in our church parking lot. There were people around. It was fine. But so I'm just like giggling, and I'm like, seriously? And so then she unlocks the door and we get her out, and I just think it's the funniest thing, and just got me thinking. I was like, I want to share that. And it was one of those moments that I really wish I could have got on video. Like, oh, Mommy forgot the car seat, and then, oh, Mommy just let you lock yourself in the car. And I mean, thank goodness she wasn't in a car seat. Like, could you imagine if she was locked in the car seat? Then I wouldn't have either had to, like, you know, break the window. When I called my husband to tell him, he's like, well, did you use the code? And I'm like, oh no, maybe it was my mother-in-law. And my mother-in-law asked, did you use the code? And so on the front of the car, there's like buttons to use the code. And I was just like, no. I don't know the code. So I'd have to call my husband and ask him, but I would have had to stop to think long enough that, oh yeah, we have the code. I mean, obviously I wasn't thinking quick enough. Sometimes, you know, my brain is just like way up here, you know, and I can barely even reach it. So I just thought that it was funny. We laughed and we got home and it was just a fun time. So I thought that I would share that with you guys. And then if you're a mom, maybe just share some funny kid stories that you got where you're like, oh no, I can't believe I just did that. That is just too much. And I'm sure that I have a list. I really should start writing these things down because it'll be fun to have them later in the future. Oh, and so another thing about, okay, so my husband and I have been away just for a few days, and Winnie has not showed any interest in potty training, and I have been like encouraging it, and she's just like, no, I don't want to, I'm afraid, and I'm not gonna push it. Like, she will when she's ready. And a little bit recently, she has shown a little bit more interest where she has actually like asked to sit on the potty, and we put her on the potty, and like, but she doesn't do anything. So this weekend, the first night, she stayed at my a friend's house with their daughter. So it was her first like little sleepover with a friend, which is so cute. And then on Saturday and Sunday, she stayed with my in-laws. Well, on Saturday, my mother-in-law sent a text message of Winnie on the potty, and she said, oh, we peed on the potty. And I was just like, no, I'm so sad. Like, that's a really big milestone. And I mean, oh, so then they just, you know, like put her in undies, and I don't know, I just kind of like had this picture in my mind that I would take her to go buy big girl panties, and I don't know, that I would be there for the first time to see her pee. And so I did kind of on the phone, I was like, that's really great, but I was really sad. And they're like, well, you know, and then they said my friend's name, like, you know, she peed at her house, and I was like, she did what? So I called her and I was like, you didn't tell me that my daughter peed on the potty. And she's like, oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm so sorry. I'm like, But she, you know, I think just in the busyness. So she actually babysat the night that she watched Winnie. She babysat for a family at our church. One of their child, she's around 5, went in and sat on the actual toilet. And so Winnie went in and sat on the little girl toilet and like took off her diaper and just went pee. My big girl just went and did it, and so I missed it. And I am sad. Like, I'm proud of her, but I am sad because I missed it. I just thought that would be something I'd be there for. So that was a big thing over the weekend, is she went on the potty for the first time and mommy wasn't there. And I don't know, I guess because I am a stay-at-home mom, I also expect that I'm going to see a lot of those firsts, and I was sad that I did not. There's that, there's that all stuff that I could share with all y'all. I met up with a friend this weekend, and she was very Southern. It was really cute. It makes me wish that I could go around talking like that, because it's so charming. Pretty short. Now I feel like I have to talk for like 15 more minutes to stay true to the Mommy Monday video business. Oh, and then there might be, okay, so I made that update about like moving. Now we might not be, but then we might be. Like, it's getting all confusing again. I just want things to be settled. So pray for me, guys, because I'm getting like really stressed and really anxious about things. And yeah, so I am gonna go. My house is a tornado, and I'm gonna go play with Winnie, and she's got to take a nap actually. And then we got Bible study today. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye! Mwah.